Hey, this video is about pivoting, the art of a strategic pivot, where pivoting is not about admitting defeat, a force for change. Pivoting is about business developing, investors like to see, and that you're learning from customer feedback. One demonstration of customer feedback is really how you have pivoted. And I'm in the process of I've helped several companies raise money. And I got one example right now that's ongoing where the pivot has been not the products. They haven't moved from one product to another. So this story, for instance, is about how they developed a game, but it was an aspect of the game, a service function within the game that really took off, not the game itself. With the company I'm working for, they developed some software for a specific back-end person, right? For back-end processing, if you like. And they targeted the marketplace, expecting to get lots of business because they could save time and increase reliability for that back-end person. And indeed, that back-end person was really excited about the software. But where the customers came from was from the owner of the business that hired the back-end person, right? And that's a whole nother story. But the point is they pivoted on the who and not the what. So sometimes you can pivot on the what, sometimes you can pivot on the who. And it doesn't really matter on what you pivot on, because it's really about learning from the marketplace. My personal experience is years ago, I turned up. I mean, this has happened many times, but the big one was I turned up at a client meeting and I pretty quickly realized that what they were talking about, and we were there ostensibly to talk about the service that I was providing, but what they were talking about was their imagination of what my service was, which was completely different from what my actual service was. And in my mind, I'm hearing, oh, really? That's interesting. But, they're the customer and they're talking about placing an order with me. And I started to think that, well, what they want is not impossible. It's close, it's aligned, it's similar. Just because that's what I sell, what they want to buy, I couldn't sell what they want to buy. And so in an instant, in that meeting, I pivoted. The client had no idea that I just pivoted. I wouldn't have even called it a pivot. I would have called it, I delivered a custom solution for the client. But it happened that thereafter, all of my sales for many years were based on that new model that was established in that meeting. So looking back with hindsight, yeah, that was a major pivot, a major change where I moved from what I thought it was selling to what I actually delivered or sold to customers, right? So pivoting is really good, really useful, and it's a natural process. And in particular, what I've learned again and again is that when you're dealing with investors, obviously they want to hear that you have a product, that you're selling it, that you've developed it, and that you've got customers for it. But it really helps them to understand that you are likely to succeed, which is, they want to invest, investors want to invest, banks want to support businesses that are more likely to have success than not. If they learn that you have adapted to the market, which sounds like common sense, and of course you would do that, wouldn't you? But the fact that you can demonstrate that you have, if and when you have, to be able to demonstrate to potential investors, partners, banks, etc., even accountants and other prospects, that you've learned from the market and you're able to tune what you do to suit customer needs. I like to think of it, there's another advantage to it all, which is about customization. And that is, if you can customize or pivot, same thing really, if you can customize your solution for each individual client, it becomes really difficult for each client to leave you. It becomes more likely that you're going to keep the clients for longer because you're delivering a unique and bespoke service just for them. And clients really love that. And you should really get to love that, because you get to tie clients in when you know that you are the only supplier capable or currently able to deliver what they need to be delivered. It's a good position to be in. All right. Enjoy the article. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next one.